Spoilers ahead. So today we're going to be talking about the new hot group in One Punch Man, and they are by far the strongest of them all. And that is the Hero Name Victims Association. And I'm loving it so far, and this story is developing as we speak, so their whole, storyline hasn't wrapped up yet. Now, these guys are part gag, but also part integral to the story, and we'll get into what their future could be or what they ultimately represent. So first of all, as the name implies, this is a group of individuals from the Hero Association who are given unflattering names that they're not happy with. Like, that is their whole thing. They've banded together as some kind of like pseudo union or whatever, and they're trying to get retribution from the Hero Association as well as getting their names changed to what they actually want. And we'll get into what that is. So at first, this group comprised of 5 members. We got C-Class ranked 198 Drunkard. We got C-Class rank 38 Toupee Warrior. C-Class rank 385 Red Nose. This is the one guy that we're actually really familiar with because we've seen it before in the story. You might remember him getting backhanded by Garo in Season 2 of the anime or Chapter 46 of the manga. And then we got C-Class rank 60 Dr. Grumpy Pervert. And then the interim leader, B-Class rank 100, the Great Degenerate. I guess the highest ranked or the lowest ranked B-Class hero confirmed that we saw up until this point. So these guys come out of nowhere in chapter 124, and at this point the whole little small storyline is like, where is Saitama going? Is he going to get recruited by the Neo Heroes? Is he going to stay with the Hero Association? And we knew beforehand that he wasn't going to the Neo Heroes because he told Genos that. And these guys come out and they're like, hey, we're recruiting you, Caped Baldy, because you have the worst name of us all. We want you to become our leader, pretty much. So the next time we see these guys, Saitama did in fact join them. Like I said, off panel, he seemingly agreed to it. And they're straight up protesting outside of the Hero Association headquarters. And yeah, as you guessed it, their demands are they want their names changed. But they also say a few other things. They're like, oppose lame hero names, respect human rights, change my name and explain why I'm called the Great Degenerate. I'm not Drunkard. My face is naturally red. I want financial compensation. And then Saitama's like, do you not think about the person when you name someone Cape Baldy? Explain to us or we'll crush the whole organization. So yes, this is a comical moment for sure. But, is that an idle threat? It remains to be seen. But, maybe this Hero Victims Name Association, might change Saitama in some way, possibly. And, maybe there's some evidence for that, possibly. So we'll go further because we see these guys again. So after the 5 dragons are announced and they all show up, and one of them being Machine God Mirror, who will very likely be called G6 once this makes its way to the manga. And he's fighting Suiko and Butterfly DX and Rhoda Chain and Toden, and he's destroying them all, and they're seemingly on the verge of death until the Hero Name Victims Association shows up again with Saitama. So it's at this point we get to see what these guys' abilities are for the most part, but actually what they want their names to be. So the leader guy, or the former leader, the Great Degenerate, he wants his name to be Magic Hand. And it appears that he does, in fact, have some kind of magic hands. I don't know, he could shoot his hands off and they have some kind of energy lasso or connector to them. I don't know. This could be technology, or this could be some kind of inherent supernatural ability that he has. It remains to be seen. So then we got Red Nose, and his real name, or what he wants his real name to be, is Red Thunder. And he's just, I don't know, just a typical melee fighter. He doesn't really do anything special. And then Drunkard, he wants his name to be Young Man, which is fine. And it just looks like, I don't know, maybe he could move his arms really fast or something, because he has it appears that he has 6 arms, but they also could just be moving really fast, or he has some kind of technique or something. I don't know. And then Toupee Warrior wants to be called Gold Kneed Warrior. And yeah, because I guess he has vicious knee attacks or something like that from what we saw. And then Dr. Grumpy Pervert, he's got the best name here. He wants to be Fighting Genius Surgeon White Knight. And I mean, he has like a scalpel, so I guess he fights with the scalpel. He's good with that or something. But yeah, these guys, they're no match for G6. I mean, there's no way they would be. They're, you know, C-class and B-class heroes. So then Saitama steps up, and G6, or Machine Gun Mirror, says that he knows that he's Cape Baldy and he looks and sounds weak, so he wants no data on him. And this really triggers Saitama. Like, he gets angry. He's like, who is Cape Baldy? And then he like one punches him. So it seems like, you know, the Hero Names Victim Association is like changing Saitama to some degree, like what I was talking about. Because after he blows him away, Saitama gets real rowdy. He starts getting a little tribalistic here, starts high-fiving the Victims Association, which is awesome. I love this panel. You probably, you know, remember me saying that in my review for this chapter. But then Saitama's like, great! Time to go to another town. And he's like leading them and like walking to the next town. So it's like maybe Saitama is, I don't know, taking on to this leader role and really seeing himself as like a victim with this whole naming situation, because as we know, he never liked Cape Baldy name. But as they're walking away, Red Nose is in the background and he's like, no, I must have seen things. Isn't Cape Baldy too strong? And he seems legitimately worried here, as where the others are like excited for Saitama. They're like, yeah, nice punch. But he's like concerned about how powerful he is, as he should be. So that's what I was, you know, going back to the whole thing about Saitama, you know, getting real riled up here and like, you know, destroying these monsters in plain sight with, you know, many witnesses, you know, some of them being Suiko, Blue, you know, Chained Toad, Butterfly DX. This could lead to a larger chain of events possibly. And also, you know, if we go back to chapter 124, Black S says something interesting. He's like, you know, the terrifying thing about the Hero Association is their lack of normative awareness, giving away licenses to monsters like Tatsumaki and Saitama, who should never be allowed to go on a rampage. And also at this point, like, we don't know if the Hero Named Victims Association is like legitimately like a singular group at this point. Like, have they entirely left the Hero Association? I mean, obviously they want back in, they want their names changed, and they want a promotion somewhat in their ranks. But this, like I said, could lead to some kind of chain of events where maybe Saitama is somewhat seen as a pariah, or just the Hero Named Victims Association in general, because he's, you know, the leading man of them. And then maybe, you know, that's when you know who comes out. Maybe they get his attention. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. If you liked the video, please give it a like. I also have a Twitch channel and a Patreon. Check those out, please. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.